Hello twin flames, welcome to my channel and welcome to your daily energy check-in. Let's jump straight into the reading. This is gonna be short and sweet today, but I did wanted to check out on the energies, and I have special decks today. Let me just fix this a little bit, or maybe not. And we're still feeling the energies of the full moon. That's why I have my lamp here. Decided to keep it for this week because I do believe that it's pretty strong. I do have my new sun and moon t-shirt on, so that's another vibe. And another important announcement is that this weekend I'm gonna start recording videos for the September forecast for each sign on my other channel, and I'll start publishing them. It could be end of the weekend, or it could be like start of next week. They're gonna be coming out. What else? So today I'm gonna use the ancestor angel and ancestor deck for the oracle message, which I haven't done in a while. I know that, so we're back. And then for the main read, surprise surprise, my new decks have arrived, and I have the Celtic tarot deck, the universal Celtic tarot deck it's called, actually, which is beautiful. It's new. This is gonna be my first reading with it. I've loved it already, just looking through it. Of course, it's such a great reminiscence of my recent Irish retreat. So let's see what happens. And I feel like they're going to connect very well between the angels and ancestors and the Celtic tarot. So, message for divine feminines. Air guardian, shift your perception. Yeah, so this of course can go a very different way. I'm just going to say that a lot of times, like your clue where you need to shift your perception could be where you feel stuck. You feel like somehow you are the victim of the circumstances, right? Like there's some kind of statement or an area in your life where you're not satisfied with how things are going, and you don't see immediately what you can do to change it, right? Like it's a little paradoxical, but that's exactly the part where you need to do something to change it. And yes, sometimes you can't actually change the reality around you, right? Or you can't immediately change it, but you need to change your perception. And when you change your perception, that's the trick that our mind doesn't understand. And so a lot of people don't actually do that, don't truly do that, because they just need to go deep, especially if the stuckness that you're experiencing right now has to do with one of your core beliefs, the deeper beliefs that live deep down on the subconscious level, right? And the way it works is that you shift your perception, and then the reality around you changes. Somehow you start seeing options, and of course being open to seeing options that you didn't necessarily consider before, because maybe the way out, the solution, the success in the situation is not how you imagined it, right? So also detaching yourself from a specific outcome, right? Focusing on how you're feeling in the current situation, how you want to feel, right? How can you bridge the gap or change your perception? And of course, sometimes perception, and our brain is struggling with it because you first change perception, then the good reality comes up, right? And it's like, no, show me the good reality first, then I'll change my perception on love, on, I don't know, angry bosses, on how friendships work, relationship between parents and kids, right? But it doesn't work that way, really. Energy comes first. The energy, like, it's actually 5D, then 4D, which is thoughts and words, and then 3D, which is what's actually happening around us. And of course, sometimes perception change is difficult because it may mean that the relationship is over, and actually the solution is to walk away. Maybe the marriage of 30 years is over, and the solution is to walk away, right? It's really hard pill to swallow. Maybe wherever you're finding reasons or justifications of something going wrong on the outside is actually what's inside of you, and that's something that you actually are responsible for. Not to blame yourself for it, but to take responsibility. Very different energies. For masculines, we have elder, healing through the lineage. Wow, this is definitely a topic that is dear and near to me. I will make an episode on Mindfully Awake one of these days about it. But yeah, this is generational karma, and you can already start exploring it. There's a good book that I can recommend. It's called It Didn't Start With You. It's Mark Wallum, I think, the author. It's a really good book. It's one of the classics. If you're a reader, definitely recommend that one. But what I also like to say and to remind myself about, thinking about lineages, and I think about it a lot because I was born with a lot of health issues already, even on my body level, very, very obviously inherited a lot of lineage issues. But a lot of times, of course, it can be tricky and it can take you a while to actually unfold it and understand where is it coming from, how can I heal it. And sometimes it's frustrating because you have no idea where it's coming from, you know? But if you don't know where to start with your own reality, right? It's just that the pattern sometimes is something that you don't really know where it came from. And it's possible that it came from the generations before you. Breaking news. So you didn't really cause it per se, right? But because that energy lives in you, you still attract in similar reality. And that's again the shift in the mindset and like you consciously working with it and changing it to like, don't try to stick too much to like or fixate on where did it come from, who did this to me, or how did I do this, right? That's secondary. The most important part is to understand what the healthy looks like and move to that space, right? And start shifting your life. All right, tarot. I'm on fire today. This is a slightly smaller tarot that I'm used to, but I'm not complaining because it was a sale where I got this card. So I'm grateful and they're beautiful. So I'm actually very excited. Six of Swords. Yes, moving to the place of peace, right? And a lot of times actually the healing and changing of perceptions are what we need to find healing, to find that capacity for peace, for love, and not being triggered by the reality that doesn't satisfy us 100%. You see, Ten of Cups, that's what comes in. And this isn't even about family. You see, this is community. So it's like any kind of trusted relationship. Feminines, your energy. Ten of Cups. Yes, they wanted me to talk about it. Clarified by the Empress. And this is a beautiful Ten of... This is actually about the partnership with someone else, you know, but also respecting the lineage and the ancestors, right? So feminine actually embraces the energy of, or should embrace the energy of the love at large, right? Like not necessarily love towards a one specific person or just towards yourself, but just generally what that vibration is like. How can you feel it on the visceral level in your heart, in your body? How can you express it fully, sincerely, right? Like exercise it more, become an expert in it. Empress is an expert in it. It's ruled by Venus. And it's all about this like pure flow of energy, right? It's about support and nurture, right? Not like what some people in your life may have called love before, all right? Or the way they expressed it before. No, those are not the templates to follow, right? This is like purely coming from your heart in the language that you understand. And you don't need to describe it to anyone else. You just need to be able to find it and kind of like deep into it to both give and receive love fully. For masculines, we have Ace of Swords clarified by the Emperor. Oh my gosh, we got the Emperor and the Emperor's jackpot. Yeah, kind of on the nose in the twin flame reading, but it's a very good sign. This is a sign that the twins are aligning. Even in the oracle messages, we saw that synchronicity. The twins are aligning in the work they are doing, in the way that they're overcoming certain challenges and blocks in their life. For the masculines, the name of the game is about being truthful with themselves, right? And finding out that, you know, like, I'm getting this message that ego, of course, can really boost this idea of like grandiosity, of machismo in men specifically. Of course, we're talking about energy. I'm just giving a general example. There is a certain vibe, right, that people may be expecting from someone in their masculinity, right? But a lot of times it's not serving them. And I mean, it's not authentic to begin with, so it can't, right? But it's not helpful even in specific practical situations, right? Maybe it makes a very like brief first impression just to get in the door, right? But then what? Because this masculine is focusing on making that first impression, they really miss out on what happens after the door closes, when nobody else is watching, when it's just me and that other person. And it's time to get real, to get vulnerable. What then? They don't know. Part of the lineage issues, of course. Wow. This is like the major arcana reading. Additional question is the Lovers clarified by the Strengths. And in this specific deck, I actually read about this card in the guidebook because there are 3 people. So I looked at it and was like, there must be something there. Usually Lovers is a very positive card where it's like the highest element of like the way that love can look like. But this is actually the love triangle. This is a man, like there's a specific figure, the character from Irish mythology here. And this is his wife, this is his mistress. And there is a story to it, but it doesn't matter. For our scenario, we also have a strength here. And strength is also very beautiful, and it's about, she also has a knife in her hand, this person, right? It's about facing the challenges. It's about making uncomfortable choices. You know, a person can fall in love with 2 people or can have feelings towards 2 people at the same time. And they know that the honest thing to do is to make a choice. These people may not even know about each other, or somehow they put up with it, but the person understands, the person in the middle understands that it's breaking everybody's heart, like it's not making anyone happy. And they need to make a choice, but it's very uncomfortable. Because apart from the fact that they aren't going to have both people anymore, which somehow they both complement and bring in something that's important to this person, but also they'll essentially say no to one of them, and it will be a sign of rejection. And it's not the news that we like to deliver, especially as empaths. So how can we exercise strength in this, or bring in more strength to the situation, more courage, I would say, even important. And we're still in Leo season, so yeah, let's celebrate Leo season by practicing courage in all kinds of situations in life. We have Knight of Cups clarified by the Judgment here. Yeah, so this is looking in the eye of how do we express love, right? And what is it, what's in it about actual love expression, and what's in it about people pleasing or avoiding confrontation or difficult situation, right? It actually has to do with that energy I was talking about just now for feminines. And this is also advice for feminines, you know? See what kind of habits that you have, or ways to express yourself or to behave in a relationship. Which one of them aren't actually loving, aren't serving in the long term, right? They're just convenient, right? And which ones are actually truthfully coming from your heart. What do we have for the masculines? 6 of Wands clarified by Ace of Swords, but Ace of Swords is also with the fire. So this is like a warrior spirit. And it's interesting because a lot of times the victory here, right? The warrior is victorious not because of the machismo and like the showing off, but because of the strategy and the tactics. And sometimes tactics might be to actually step back, right? Sometimes the strategy might be something that may not seem honorable on the surface, like maybe attack during the night when their camp is sleeping or something like that, you know, attack them from the back when they don't expect it, right? So it's not necessarily just like showing off in this brave mode and just expecting things to work out, right? It's putting in effort, putting in your mind to it too, right? So courage actually involves us to go deeper than it may sound, it may seem. Yeah, and sometimes it burns. The truth may burn. You see, this is the Ace of Swords for the second time for the masculine in this reading. But it's still healing. How the feminine see in the connection at this time? The Star clarified by Page of Swords. Yeah, so the the feminines actually see that, see the progress they're making in the way that they approach the past with their masculine, in the way that they're seeing the bigger picture. They're zooming out from like the small steps or small conversations, right, into the bigger picture. What does it mean for them? What is it teaching them? Where is it taking them? Why was it on their path, right? The learnings and the lessons, and what are the next steps based on that. How the masculine see the Emperor again, clarified by Three of Cups. Yeah, so masculines definitely see that this connection helps them establish their masculinity in its true healthy form. It helps them understand where there's a difference between making things look like they're good, right, or pretending, following the tribe, the community, you know, following the friends, the society in the trends that they exercise, or going your own way, right? And maybe making, again, unpopular decisions, but something that will truly serve you, right? This to me, again, in this case, I'm hearing messages of people pleasing. So they're seeing how much of that they've been doing so far. And the feminine helps them see what the problem is with it, you know? And for some, it's because they compare their past with the feminines and how they've behaved, and their past with other, you know, feminine figures in their life, maybe friendships, maybe partnerships in business, and how much some of those seemed like they were great, but they were great on paper. They were great in the pictures on Instagram, but deep down they were not that great, right? Or they were transactional or something along those lines. They kind of like were supporting each other in their ego, not really helping to grow and evolve as people. And they know that the feminine is not gonna go, so essentially that habit is already worked out. It's already there, it's in their body, it works automatically to in those kind of patterns, to feed into those patterns. And now the feminine shows up and they don't go for that. And I was like, whoa, seems like I have to consider something deep in my life. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna leave you here. It's already taken much more than I thought it would, but I hope this was useful to you guys. If you're interested in a personal reading, please reach out via an email address or through my website, mindfulbamboo.com. And until next time, oh, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and share it with others who may benefit from this type of information. I love you all.